I don't need a sword, 'cause I am the doctor, and this is my spoon! Caution, spoilers ahead. Fair warning. Alright, if you haven't seen the episode, turn back now and come back later after you've seen it. So, Season 8, Episode 3, Robot of Sherwood. We've had 2 episodes so far that have been pretty serious, and there's been while it's been fun at times, the overall content has been very heavy and dark. This is the 3rd episode, and this is definitely a lighter take. This is our chance to kind of see the other side of the Doctor, and that, while he is different and more foreboding and distant and that sort of thing, he's still funny, and he's definitely a good time. This was a fun episode, and they kind of didn't take themselves too seriously, as you could tell, and in a TV series, you can afford to do that from time to time. This show has the goods as far as really good storytelling and darkness and scary stuff. But every now and again, they just want to have fun with it, and that's definitely what this episode was. Just the very premise where Clara, decides that she wants to try and find a fictional character, and the Doctor has basically said there is no such thing as Robin Hood, but that's the one person that she wants to see. And she thinks that somehow, if anyone can find Robin Hood, it would be the Doctor. Sure enough, he does, and he's immediately skeptical, because Robin Hood's a fictional character, and yet there he is in the flesh. But the Doctor is incredibly suspicious, and so what ensues is a lot of laughter and hilarity as he tries to figure out what's going on, because he knows that something's not right. The first encounter between the Doctor and Robin Hood is absolutely hysterical. I mean, I loved it. I even went back and watched it again, and it was a part that I had missed initially. And that's when he puts on the glove and he closes his fist, and there's one particular finger that goes down last. And I didn't catch that the first time, but I thought that was pretty funny. That's one of those silly things that I don't see a lot of other previous Doctors doing, and yet for Capaldi's Doctor, that seems to fit, and it was hilarious, and I died laughing after I went back and saw that scene the second time. While we definitely see that kind of harsher side to the Doctor in this, we also see that he's still witty. To the nth degree. The dialogue in this was fantastic, and there were tons of moments that were just hilarious and fun. If I'm honest, I have to say that this story was nowhere near as strong as the previous 2 episodes. There were a couple elements that kind of, didn't jive with me completely. I really like the design of the robots, and when they first revealed their faces, I was like, man, those things are cool. I'll be interested to see what their story was. But we didn't really completely find out. I kept expecting for there to be this leader, coming out to, reveal the plan of these robots. And instead, it turns out that these robots have simply gravitated towards the sheriff, which to me, it didn't really make a ton of sense. I kept waiting to hear their voice, and I never heard it. On top of that, it seemed odd to me that it'd be their ship, they need components to fix it, and they don't know that when they lift off and don't have enough of these components that they're going to explode. I mean, the Doctor knows it, but it's their ship, and I thought that was kind of odd that they would take off without realizing that. I also don't know how hitting the outside of a ship with an element that's going to help you somehow propels the ship farther. But again, this episode does ask you to suspend a little bit of disbelief, and I've been with the show long enough that I'm willing to do that. And on top of that, I still had a really good time. It was a lot of fun, and there were a lot of great moments, and I had a blast. In my mind, this episode was a chance for us to see kind of the lighter side of the Doctor. And you kind of want that. It's tough to be heavy-handed all the time, and sometimes you do just want him to have fun and to see him having a good time. It definitely looked like he had a good time during this episode. The banter, and, you know, at times he was kind of acting like a petulant child, you know, and it shows just how stubborn he is. But at the same time, how awesome he is when he's in the archery contest and friggin' blows up that target. I mean, that was hysterical. And there was just a lot of really great fun moments in this episode, and I still enjoyed it. So guys, what did you think of episode 3? Leave a comment below and let's talk about it. And as always, click right here if you like what you see and subscribe to even more of me.